Well, hello and good morning. It's another day. Today is Tuesday, the 24th of December. That's Christmas Eve. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. If you're into that sort of thing, I've got a video I'm dropping tomorrow on Christmas Day. And that's going to be about the ways atheists celebrate Christmas. So, it's Christmas. I'm an atheist. I do, to some degree, celebrate Christmas. I obviously don't worship baby Jesus. But we do the things, that are fun, that are celebratory about the season. And so that's kind of what's going on today and tomorrow, the big things today. So all excited. Hey, gay atheist, how's it going this morning? Are you ready for Christmas? Everybody ready for Christmas? I am ready for Christmas. I'm still learning about the delay with this system. I may switch to the one that I was talking to Neil about and move away from Streamlabs just because it'd be easier to add more people in. That way I could have somebody join me on the show. So the pagan stuff. Oh, yeah, the pagan stuff. That's the fun part, Some people like to do Santa Claus. Hey, Skeptic King, good morning. Every time I do this, and this is the second whole time I've done this, I see more people. And I'm like, wow, I didn't figure anybody would show up. It's early. I'm an early bird. So, yeah, good to see you this morning. I started out talking about Christmas. So, Merry Christmas to you guys, those of you who celebrate it. I had my first public debate yesterday with a Christian on the Right to Reason podcast. So if you guys didn't know about that, hey, there's Britt. Yay. Woof. Yeah, so I had my first public debate yesterday. We'll see how that went. Merry Christmas to Critical Cripple. Good morning. And, I think it went well. That's my first debate. I'm not really that's not kind of why I'm here. That's not my purpose in this, to argue with other people. I got an idea I want to spread with people. I don't want to sit around arguing with people. Some people do, and I get into it, but that's not really my bag. But so I'm not as practiced and skilled. I think I had really good points, and ideas and arguments and stuff like that. He was more of a debater, Do you think point A on section B, subsection C, do you agree with point? I'm like, yeah, sure, I agree with that. It's all fake and make up. Who cares? Christmas, because it makes me impatient. I see. Busy morning for everybody. Good morning, Neil. How are you? Yeah, see, everybody's showing up. You guys are awesome. I wish I could feed you pancakes or something. That'd be great too. I'm still working to say, Neil, when I get time, I'm gonna pick your brain or get some advice from you about the streaming program you use right now. Yesterday I did my stream and then I had to do work stuff, and then I had the debate, which went well, and I recorded it on my side and they recorded it on their side. I'm gonna do the thing. Then that went well, and then I had to go to work, and then I got off of work and I had to come home and watch my Minnesota Vikings get their butts kicked by the Green Bay Packers. Because, Anyway, so I did that. So I never really got any time to make any changes. Oh, yeah, he's excited. Good, yeah, you're excited for Christmas. See, are you Santa Claus? You look like the Santa Claus kind of guy. Do you have a Santa Claus bandana you drop on for the holiday, Neil? Oh yeah. So back onto the debate. It was a good debate, fun. I think if you were to go on who was the better debater as far as the technicalities of what a debate is, I think he probably obviously won. He's a really smart guy. His name is Dale Glover. If you get the chance, go check him out over at skepticsandseekers.wordpress.com. I think I got that little safe in here. He's got, of course, obviously I don't subscribe to what he believes. I'm going to do this move thing here. We're learning, right? Let's learn together. There we go. So now I'm not in the text. Yeah, so so he's a real nice guy, real smart, seems to know his business. If nothing else, he's practiced his stuff. He knows about his faith and his religion. So There you go. Yeah. So if y'all get the chance, go over, especially I have some people who follow me, who are of the faith. I don't know why they follow me, because I don't talk about the thing. I don't know why they follow me, but they do. And if you're one of those people and you're watching this later and you're into that kind of thing, go check out Dale. He's right up your alley. He's a crazy religious nutbag, just like you are. I'm a crazy, not religious nutbag. Nutbaggery is just a matter of perspective. So go check out his stuff. And then, of course, there's the Right to Reason podcast. It was really nice of Robert Stanley over there to invite me to come on his show and debate Dale. So, like I said, that's not really my bag. I'm more of an arguer. I'm not polished and patient. I get, maybe if I thought about it and set that as a goal, I'd be better at it. But that's not really my bag. I just want to, the reason why I want to debate, obviously, is to spread and to grow my channel and stuff like that. I don't think I'm actually actively going to seek it out. It's not the funnest thing in the world. It's just not. Anyway, we'll see. Often people get stuck doing things they don't want to do. Anyway, so Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all that stuff. And then I've got a list of things I'd want to talk to. I'm still working on getting my video ready for tomorrow. It's going to be, like I mentioned, I think, I don't know if you heard that, if you were here, it's going to be about the top 10 ways that atheists celebrate Christmas. So some of you guys who are in the room, I think, were actually part of the Facebook group or channel post. It was a post where I got this list of top 10s. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, atheist. Yeah. And that was kind of the question I had for Dale. How can you know this much about the religion, be so wise in it, and have studied all these things, and still be a believer? How can you do that? And then not only that, but how can you do that and then work through it? I don't know. I even told him after. I don't know if they're going to record it. If they recorded it, it was part of the after part. But I even told him that, man, he'd be a great advocate on our side because he knows so much about the Bible and the history. But I was like, man, why don't you apply that same line of reasoning as to why you don't think this is real to why your own stuff is real? And according to him, obviously he has, and he's satisfied with the result he got. So, yeah, intellectually dishonest, brainwashed. I think it varies from person to person. Some of them are literally dishonest. It's a paycheck. They're a preacher or something. They don't believe none of the crap, and they're just. Other people they really believe it. Obviously, we know there's no power there. They really believe it, and they fail every time it fails. That kind of thing. So, yeah. But otherwise, it was a good experience. We had some technical issues we had to work out, but it was a lot of fun. So. And I forgot to mention, I was back to my what I was talking about the next video coming out. Most of my videos, not most of them, some of them are a little more on the serious side. If you knew me, you'd think, because I joke around all the time. But if you watched my series of videos, you'd probably think I was a really serious kind of person. I'm not. So I'm going to try to make this next one for Christmas. For this holy day, I'm going to try to make this one a little more lighthearted and have some fun with it. We'll see how it goes. I'm running out of time because, like I said, I did this yesterday and blah, 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 blah. And then today I got to do this thing here at the place with the stuff and the people, you guys. And then when I'm done doing that, I got to rush off to the work thing. And whenever I'm done doing the work thing, I got to rush home and do the family thing with the family thing for the extended family thing, so by the time I get around to getting back to, so there's just so much to do. I need like elves to help. Like my nephew, Donnie, I got a nephew, he's a pagan named Donnie. He's really tech nerd. I might get him to help me do some things and help me set up some things. But a lot of it, you just can't have somebody help you set up unless they're going to do it for you all the time. Like Neil here. Neil was telling me about the program he uses to stream live. Well, that's great. And he can tell me stuff, but it's not until I can go actually apply it and start working it. I'm going to be the guy who's going to have to use it every day when I switch to it. So I can't really rely on anybody else to do something like that. It's a lot to learn, this whole thing. I made a video. You can go check it out. The whole 1 month as a YouTuber, my experience as a YouTuber after a whole month, I'm like, ooh, a whole big month. Yeah, I'm going to make another one about a year after YouTubing. I'll make that soon. Strong Christian until I had to choose between faith and integrity. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have. Well, that's because of some of the things that are in the faith. You know, there's a lot of, and it changes from here to there. The heresy among them is amazing. I can't say I was ever really a strong Christian. You know, I guess I'm like everybody. I have that self-centeredness in me that wants to believe I'm special and all that, and that Jesus loves me. I kind of had that a little bit, but again, this group bows their head to pray, and I'm the guy looking around and goes, "Are you really believe this?" All the way, you know. And I just never really. So yeah. Yep. So back to that though, Facebook group, you guys, you'll probably hear your suggestions. I kind of homogenized them into, because a lot of, 10 people said gift giving, so I just kind of put it into a different group. So you'll see, many of you who are here now will see yourself doing that. I'm curious if any of you guys who show up, Neil, Atheist, if y'all decide you want to pop in on one of these shows, let me know and I'll work my technology to make it happen to where on one of these mornings I can have you guys pop in. That would be fun. I get a separate window and box and do the thing at the place. Make some magic. Let me know if you feel like that. Okay. Now, so something else I want to visit about while I've got you, Captivo Audience was the last video I dropped. If you got to watch it, it was about don't tell me I know this one. I got to look. It was about the faith kills, where the mother. Sure, see Neil, that's cool. I will set it up, and I may even be with the software that I'm gonna hit you up about. So, because I don't know how easy it is to just pop people into what I've got here, although it's really cool and easy to use, and at this point free. But so we'll talk about that. But anyway, with my most recent video, it was faith kills, and it just seems like so many times some believer out there does something in the name of faith, and it gets them killed. And I guess I decided to go ahead. I'm going to start a series of videos on that. It had a surprisingly high number of. You know what? I'll show you guys. Peep this, my homies. Okay, so here. So most of my videos, my video with the most views is the Cesare Borgia video. If you haven't seen it, run over there and peep that one. Prayer Works page, great video. Thank you. So the Cesare Borgia, so that one's it's got 810 views. Woohoo! That's great. I dropped this video here, the 12 Ways Christians Stole Christmas, a couple weeks ago, and it's already got half the views that this one here has got, which was dropped back in February. So, and then this one here, 10 Reasons Mother Teresa, is just dropped. Now, whenever we go look at the Faith Kills, this one here that I dropped, this is 230. This is already at a quarter of the views that my most popular one over this year has had, and I dropped it 3 days ago. So that's pretty awesome. I'm kind of excited about that. Getting a lot of views. Lots of us, and I do lots of video editing. That was kind of my thing too. Let me pop back over here. That was kind of my thing too, Gatheus, that I have a lot of those weird uhs and pauses, and I was kind of nervous about starting the live. With the live thing though, nobody cares. It's live. I guess we have to. That's just the thing. And all of the people I think watching now know I'm new, and I'll get better over time, just like my regular shows have gotten better over time. So if you were to pop in, it might be a little awkward at first, but you'd get used to it. So feel free. Let me know if you want to give it a try. Dive off the deep end. Yeah, uhs and ahs. Yep. So that was the thing. I decided I'm going to go ahead and do a series of videos about that. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Well, not really. It's not going to be fun. It's because a lot of those videos, I already have some. I just got to go back and rename them. I'm going to call it the Faith Kills series. And a lot of the videos, I've done the one where the mom or They killed the children with circumcision. They killed a child by using essential oils instead of diabetes medicine. I've got videos like that that are already there where if it's just explained properly, like that one where this faith healer told them to use essential oils instead of diabetes. Well, that's a Faith Kills. That's a Faith Kills episode. I just got to go back and rename them. I decided I was going to stop with the numbering them though, because every time because I was like, quickie with the skeptic number 6, and if you watch some of my opening videos, quick on number 2, and I kind of got off on that, but now every time I got a video, I go, what series is this? And I got to go back, and I figure I'll just name them, change the, grow, make it different, more gooder, most goodest. It'll be the most goodest. So that's my evil plan of doom and despair. I wasn't sure about this part right here, and you guys make it awesome. Y'all showed up. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting here talking to my own bad self and trying to figure out what to talk. This, fortunately, I did make a list today. Yesterday, I didn't. I just stream. Today, I made a list of things to discuss. So, one of the things about that channel growth, I want to show you guys. Not that you care, but I want to show you anyway. So, again, we'll look over here. This is my year of being a YouTuber. So I dropped a whole bunch of videos in the very beginning. I was really, excited about it. And then I kind of lost my steam. Really, I wasn't doing it because I was interested in doing it so much. I was doing it because I felt like I needed to do it. I was under the fire. I had to do it. So there was a lot of need, but not a lot of want and interest, if you know what I mean. So I kind of started fading off, and then the wife started getting on me, and then I had a long stretch. I didn't do anything, and then I started getting into it, and she talked me into it, and I dropped a video, and that went well, and then I started posting in the groups, and posting in the groups really got a bump in my subscribers and my views and my peeps who found me, but that's kind of spammy, so I'm fixing to quit doing that. I'm not going to do that much longer, except for those groups that really want me to, because it feels kind of awkward to do, but I've really had a lot, and now that I'm doing this little morning show kind of thing, I'm hoping I'll kind of get a good little bump again. Especially if I can get somebody, like Neil to pop in, or anybody to talk to, because to just sit here and be a talking head. I remember wanting to be a DJ. Okay, now I'm done. Listen to this song by the Eagles, and now I'm done. I can sit here and now. I don't know if you guys, there's this clown thing going along. I have a friend, his name is Mike Englehart. He's got a little YouTube channel of his own. It's motivational stuff. And he used to be into this clown thing. Okay, I'm going to come back to that. He used to be into this clown thing where he would watch this clown. I think the clown's name was Relic. So, shout out to Relic if you're out there. And Relic it's almost just like what I got here, except for, he'd have clown stuff up behind him. And he'd be playing music and smoking weed and chilling. I don't know if he actually smoked the weed on the screen. I'm not sure. But that was it, and he'd just say, man, this is a good song. I like this song. And, he'd just rattle about whatever's going on in his day. And people watched it. Hundreds of people watched it. So, bye, Neil. See you later. Glad I got to see you. All right. Okay, so now back to this. Faith Kill series, Jehovah's Witnesses with blood transfusion. Oh, yeah. There's so many different ways. That's great. I put that on the list, El Listo, because there's so many different ways that people's faith leads to death. Now, you could say they could also argue that people who've died in airplane crashes had faith the plane wouldn't crash. But, we actually have proof planes work. We have evidence. They work, thousands and thousands and millions of times or whatever. It's verifiable. Occasionally something goes wrong. We can say that, right? It's not a matter of faith. Faith is whenever it's completely different. And whenever you start throwing essential oils at diabetes, little kids die. And we got videos of that. So, and then there's also I've got one, let's see, you mentioned Catholic Church. That's a wonderful, I just mentioned that in my Mother Teresa video, how Mother Teresa and Pope John Paul helped spread the AIDS virus in Africa. And then we also have examples of Catholic, it's just religion. It's just dangerous. So we got examples where Catholic priests have had herpes on their mouth, and then, rabbis. I think they're rabbis. I'm sorry, Jewish rabbis. My bad. Rabbis. They have the herpes on their mouth. They circumcise a baby boy, and for some reason, something in their faith tells them to suck the blood off the the newly circumcised penis. And when they do that to a baby, they give him the herpes, and then the baby becomes infected and dies from herpes. I'm sure it's more complicated than that, but it's happened. It happened a lot, especially in New York. Lots of articles about it. So, it's just I don't know. Really, I don't really guess that's so much as a faith. They don't have faith. They're not going to. Well, maybe they do. I don't know. But it's because of their religion. That's a religious practice that gets the thing. So I may not be able to put that one. But you're right. There are a lot of different ways that people will do things in the name of faith or because they believe something that... And, one of the things that really kind of frustrates me is oftentimes, especially whenever it comes to things like essential oils. You remember, if you were watching, I mentioned that they gave the child essential oils instead of his diabetes medicine. It's like they already have the answer. You're going to go, science is the magic. It is the answer. If you put, it really is. Let's see, is it Christianity? Is it Buddhism? Is it Islam? Well, all right, let's say it's Christianity. Which version of Christianity? There's this one follower who his name is, and his thinking is that it's all about, something about how if you're not praying right and living a right kind of life. Well, there's a lot of these mechanics you have to jump through, hoops you got to jump through to get in God's favor. So how do you know, all right, so I did everything I thought I was supposed to do, and God didn't answer my prayers and take care of me, therefore I must be worshiping the wrong God, or I did it wrong, and there's a lot of that. Well, science doesn't have that problem. When you go in there and X, Y, and Z equals A, B, and C, and they apply what they need to, sometimes it's a matter of understanding. And we're only so far into this. This is a very complex universe, and science and medicine, all that's very complicated, and we got a lot to learn. Very true. But more often than, especially with religion, you can go, hey, take this medicine, it will fix this problem. Or even, especially with the essential oils and any of that nonsense, where they're, medicines that we know work. The real magic is right there. But you're going to go over here and you're going to rub, lavender oil on your forehead to hope repair your broken ankle. Stuff like that just kind of doesn't been scientifically tested and didn't show. It's like the flip of a coin. You've got as much chance of having your prayer answered as you do. Well, depending on obviously the prayer. But if you're going to pray about flipping a coin, it's not going to help. But, if prayer worked, then why don't, the Christian high schools win every game? Why aren't they always the champions? If their prayer worked. Well, obviously, according to some of them, that was, depending on if you talk to, man, I got to think of his name. Eternal Forgiveness, or it's just not coming to me. With some people like that, it's just, they're doing it wrong, and therefore God does not. It's like a Plinko game, with your prayer. You drop your prayer, and if it doesn't go the right direction, and you don't do every single thing right, it doesn't get all the way to God. So that's kind of how some of them think of it. You have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. And then other ones are like, I've got other friends who are Christians who their whole thing is believe whatever you want to, be nice to another, or no, it's believe in Jesus and be nice to other people and be good, and you'll go into heaven. It's that easy. It's like the Plinko, you drop the Plinko in, and it just falls right into this massive bucket that goes all the way from the wall to the wall, and it just falls right in. That's how it is. The only thing is you got to believe in Christ Plinko. Right? With other ones, it's like Plinko, and there's like a million little nails, and there's a tiny, tiny little thimble way over here on the right, and you kind of put it over here on the right, but the thing rocks back and forth because you don't know which way to pray and who to pray for, Some people, we're people of are overpriced for, see. Some people, what makes your prayer work? Well, does praying at this time work? Well, what if we pray in a certain direction? Let's pray to the direction that, right? I mean, that's the mindset. How do you get these things to work? It ain't working. What are we doing wrong? Well, maybe if we did this. Okay, now we're doing that, but it's still not working. We're praying to the east. We're still not. So now let's get on the ground. What's going to make this work? They just, I don't know. And the funny thing is it's God's plan, and He's omniscient, knows everything from beginning. I mean, He already knows this. He knows you need the help. There's no need to pray. It's already written. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It's not that you should pray going, God, do this for me. You should be like, okay, here we go. hold on tight. So, yeah, I watched this. There's another YouTuber. His name is The Cosmic Skeptic, and he really is into the essential oils, and he started with that's one of the things that he started with. And the few videos I've done were kind of blatant. It was dude gives essential oils to son instead of medicine because other dude told him to do it. I really don't know the fine lines and what does work and what doesn't work with, I mean, aspirin came from tree bark. So to say it's all, I don't know enough about it is all I'm saying. All I know is whenever you're taking something that science tells you is going to kill you if you don't take it, and you stop taking it and do this other stuff, and you should expect it to die. You should not be surprised if there is a God. Right, exactly. And then the size of this massive universe, God knows all, sees all, and He needs us to, and He's worried about what we're going to do with, and where we're going to, I mean, really? And then where was He? Where is He? I mean, all those children in church who were killed, all the people who were killed in the Holocaust. Where was He? Nowhere to be found. Praise. No God. Please God. He's everywhere. Ask Him. He's everywhere. So He sat there and watched it all happen. He must have condoned it. Or is free will that important, right? That's the excuse oftentimes, is free will is that important. Free will, got to let him rape that child, because otherwise you wouldn't know if he'd really raped that child, and he can't go to, well, what about the child, Doesn't the child need protection? I don't get it. I don't know. Well, I get it. It's all made up, and since it's made up, it can't really rule or stop you, If any of you have seen Stephen King's The Last Stand, at the end of this long movie about the survivors of X, Y, and Z or whatever, they're all gathered in this place, and this nuclear weapon is there, and Satan is going to set it off. Yeah, the victims don't get free will. Truth. Hashtag truth. So there's this nuclear weapon in amongst them, and the evil one, or whoever's the Satan, whoever it is leading the bad guys, is about to set off this nuclear weapon, and literally the gold glowing hand of God appears and takes the weapon or does something, literally the golden glow. It's a big gold, like the Star Trek with a green hand came out and grabbed the Enterprise. Yeah, it was one of those. All right, guys, it looks like it's time for me to go. I got to go do the thing at the place with the stuff, no matter, I don't want to, but I got to do it. So thank you for sticking around and being with me while I stumbled through another one. It's awesome. Thank you, Atheist and Neil and Durant, all you guys. Can't believe you people are showing up. So I don't know. Tomorrow's Christmas, a holy day. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this tomorrow. I might do it just for I'm a glutton for the punishment, for some reason. I don't know why, but here we are. I'm going to try to obviously think of other things to visitate about, but thank you guys for showing up, and I really appreciate it. God killed far more people than Satan. Truth. In fact, Satan only killed. That's true. And whenever you read that chapter in the Bible where Satan killed God, God says, all right, you go ahead and move against Lot. But He doesn't say kill Lot or his family. He just says move against him, if I remember right. And then so Satan did something, but it was God who did the killing. Because in the next sentence or the next verse, God says something about, though you moved me to kill them, or something like that. Job. I'm sorry, what did I say? Did I say something besides Job? Job. Anyway, yeah, Job. Though you moved me to kill them. See, so it may have been God who actually did the killing, and Satan wasn't the one. He was just kind of and Satan didn't really go. I don't think, it didn't seem to me like he went, hey God, hurt this guy. It was more like, he's only believes in you because you hurt him if he doesn't. I think that's the way it goes. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow morning, possibly. If not tomorrow morning, I'm pretty sure I'm a weirdo. I'll probably be here tomorrow. But if not tomorrow morning, then certainly Thursday. Lot. I said lot. Well, I've been doing a lot lately. Yeah, Job, you're right. If I said lot, then I'm a bad person. I should be tasered until I'm lying in a pool of my own urine. I meant Job. So you guys, you guys have a great day. I will talk to you later. Take care.